One hell of a game. Enjoy it with your commentary team.
I think everyone else is gonna fall. And Grave is not particularly great.
Yeah, that's true. Forev, obviously, with the big counter. They are going to pop the ultimate here. No Tail trying to go for QL, but it's now going to be surrounded by three heroes. That fourth comes in as Dubu's going to throw out the paralyzing cast, but here comes those two defensive supports. Forev, he does have that level 6, so even if they manage to get off the Shallow Grave, it's not going to matter, but the Culling Blade, it's just not quite enough. Now they throw out the Shallow Grave, and damn, I bet Forev misses that Culling Blade now as QO needs to be healed up by Dubu. Runs out of mana, though, and QO may just get run down, kicked to death by Moon. Barely able to stay out. Meanwhile, MP gets the spin on the fly, knows he's dead, and just accepts his fate. Finally, the kill being picked up by Crit for first blood, but Witch Doctor manages to secure the counter on. Oh, I bet you enjoyed that one quite a bit, didn't you?
Yeah, we need Jack to tell us the gossip on the Chinese scene.
Still trying to do this sort of dual lane scenario against QO. Probably the most explosive player. Oh, and Forev in some serious trouble. Miracle doesn't have a waveform for another 3 more seconds. So it looks like Forev does have the movement speed to get out. The Battle Hunger keeping Miracle slowed down just enough that he can catch him with a second waveform. Meanwhile, QO is playing a rather dangerous game. He's going to come forward, tries to go on fly. Is low enough, another right click, almost finished them off, but they still managed to get the kill onto Dazzle. The Boars, though, get the kill for Moon instead. Not worth the trade-off. His, what I can only presume is the Lincoln's required this game. You've got Omni Slash, maybe Paralyzing Cast. Oh, jump on mid. QO gonna die again as Moon Meander manages to make the initiation there alongside No Tail. QO is still another 12 seconds out.
And Miracle hits really hard right now. 119 damage. Combine that with Inner Beast and Overcharge.
Bevy trying to get the deny. Meanwhile, MVP Phoenix coming in from the side. They're going to go and start going on Crit, but Miracle is going to challenge Dubu here. The right clicker almost enough to finish him off, but he managed to get a Fairy Fire. Meanwhile, Crit, a heal actually managed to stop the Culling Blade, and again, that movement speed might be critical as MVP Phoenix are not able to get themselves, extricate themselves out of that team fight. That'll be Axe going down first. The Witch Doctor almost cleaned up. Bevy almost going. Now with this early farm, it seems like OG may actually be able to get their initiating items on a relatively quick pace. MVP Phoenix, smart though, they're going to be able to spout out Crit. Will be able to get their first track kill of the game rather easily. Turns back towards Miracle, who's already got a replicate out, so he can jump over to that one. The call is going to lead the way though. They are going to get a lot of damage onto Miracle. He's ready to jump out in a second and should be able to escape. Meanwhile, the rest of OG using that time where MVP Phoenix were trying to go on Miracle to push down the tier 2. As OG racking up even their lower cores, like the Beastmaster and Dragon Knight, are about to contest the Juggernaut. They're going to jump here on a replicate, blowing everything they had. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, actually centering up, here comes the relocate. They're going to jump on an MP. They managed to get the Primal Roar. The spin, not enough, as Jesus. That Shadow Wave from Fly. Replicate bait here. As they move the replicate into the river, MVP Phoenix scouting it here.
And that is a farm
jump on Forev.
Beastmaster.
Oh, Miracle himself actually jumps over to it, trying to pick up the battery, but this could be perfect. Miracle almost gets bursted down immediately, starts morphing strength though, and now the rest of OG able to surround their carry and push back against MVP Phoenix, getting the initiation, and now the push uphill. Perez stuck on the cliff, he's going to try and make his way back down. Blinks in, manages to get the call, but just can't get the damage done as the rest of his team is being pushed back by No Tail. Now Forev is going to get stunned up by Miracle, rather large stun at that. QO gets the change, creates the space for Forev to be able to get the blink out, and MVP Phoenix should be able to escape with no further losses, but considering that was a smoke gank that turned awry, they're going to go for what is essentially a 5-man smoke. They've got the replicate of the Morphling joining them in this smoke, while Morphling himself pushes out bottom. This allows OG to perhaps get the surprise jump on MVP Phoenix. There it is, the Blink Dagger reveal onto QO. Follow-up Primal Roar to make sure there's no hope of QO being able to get out. And OG, now with their positioning, will push high ground and challenge MVP Phoenix to defend. There are no disables whatsoever to keep him in that position. And Miracle's just going to right-click that tier 3 down with his agility morph.
Full of fights. It's going to be very difficult.
Could be a decent pick-off, but unfortunately, They don't quite get it. They have the vision from Febby. Are actually going to be able to slow down these two heroes, maybe long enough for the Axe to be able to jump in, but not fast enough as Febby does get bursted down. The Axe still not here, and is not going to be able to get there in time to be able to get the Culling Blade. No Tail gets stalled up a little bit more. MP is going to join the fight, actually. They do have the relocate forward. They're just looking to be able to pop this Dragon Knight. Finally, they will bring him down with that pop, but no, it's now going to be the Witch Doctor who goes down. They turn towards taking a crit. 3 more seconds, but not fast enough. The Culling Blade takes him out. Now MVP Phoenix on full retreat, at least attempting to, but Fared's going to get caught. And MP, who spun away, who's now trying to keep that healing ward to somehow run himself all the way back to the tier 2, but it's just not going to happen. Not even tier 2's up. He's got to make it all the way to tier 3. QO providing interference. Looks like the chains was just enough. Tower feeling rather unsafe, as that bottom lane pushing out so far is probably a little bit of a warning signal to MVP Phoenix. They may still get caught here, though, as a jump in. Dragon Tail leading the way. They managed to get the call counter, but still, Miracle's going to be able to pop QO nonetheless. And Farev, again, just not tanky enough to be able to survive the onslaught of 5 different heroes. And now OG, they go straight for the throw, trying to take out the melee racks before the 25-minute marker. And they will take it indeed. MVP Phoenix not able to provide a response just yet. Need Moon Meander here, just Miracle and No Tail by themselves. They're rapidly chipping away that tier 3 tower. MVP Phoenix, they're trying to set this fight up from behind right now with this smoke. It's going to cost them their tier 3 tower, but they do manage to get the initiation. Moon's going to be the first one, almost gets bursted down. Culling Blade not going to be there in time, but they've already lost their Witch Doctor in return. Healing Ward also down, and MP has to retreat all the way back through Miracle, who's going to start slowing him down with that Scotty. Now buyback's coming out from MVP Phoenix. Witch Doctor's going to be one, and I imagine that Farev's going to be coming up next. Miracle jumps forward and takes the Witch Doctor out a second time. Sleight of Fist just not doing enough. Jump forward. No Tail not able to catch QO, but they've already taken the objective they needed. Farev pops the blade nail as he managed to get the call onto No Tail, but he's being tanky. And MP, he doesn't even come close to cutting through the dragon as Farev goes down to secondary time. And now MP going to be chased away by Miracle. As there it is, MVP Phoenix. They probably knew it for the last 10 minutes, but this is very clearly GG in game 1. OG, they never let MVP Phoenix start that running ground.
In the first game.
Okay, alright.
OG did scout a similar positioned ward from MVP Phoenix being placed, so Miracle gets a 300 gold and some healthy regen off of that one. Meanwhile, you can see the top lane, they're actually going to go onto the Tidehunter, and you should be able to pop him here as a nice clap comes out.
If getting the HOD is a huge priority for him, because TA can just do ancient stacks and stack them herself, and Armlet is far more popular at this point, and Armlet...
Well, Farev going to be stoned up once again, does manage to get off the anchor smash, doesn't matter though. That pure damage cutting right through the Kraken shell. And now they're going to be able to put a lot of damage on this tier 1 tower. Meanwhile, Miracle spots out the courier, gets it for free. That's going to be wards down for an extra couple of minutes.
Back to your point about the spend not being terribly farmed because of if he doesn't go for HOD, they do have the TA for massive damage output.
Chronosphere, they're going to try and catch out and kill QO with this one. The Sunray, everything else seems like it should be enough. He starts sprinting himself away, and it looks like the wand may be just enough. No, it's not going to be, as Icarus Dive comes through. Control both their Ancients as well as Roshan. This is why you see OG taking so much control of the Radiant Jungle and setting up for a potential kill here on Farev. They need the right kind of Chronosphere to be able to set this up, and they've got it perfectly. No Tail will be able to beat into the Tidehunter underneath the Chronosphere like that, but it's not quite enough. And now Farev, he's gotten off the anchor smash, and they might just be able to pop Moon, who's completely out of mana. Farev burning on the side. Moon battling up against MP with the amplified damage on it. Just a little bit more damage. Somebody right-click it, but no! He's making the escape away, and MVP Phoenix, they've already lost 1, about to lose 2 if MP can't get away from Miracle. Bevy hoping to be able to get some mana. Stormbolt comes out. Miracle's got the time, plus the Sunray to be able to take out MP. OG diving in deep against MVP Phoenix, but will score 2 more kills, perhaps make it a third. Bevy, he thought he was going to be all over, but not over until Miracle picks up the triple. Maybe underneath the tier 2, has to back himself away. The Supernova covers his tracks though, and OG will be able to escape unscathed as they continue their streak of no deaths.
Nice play by the Vengeful Spirit, just barely outside the Chronosphere, and Again, nice combo with the Tornado EMP, but I don't know if it's going to be enough.
MVP Phoenix knows there's a lot on cooldown here for OG, and they can try and fight this one, but OG comes storming in through the back line, and now the stomp, it hits on 2, and MVP are going to be left to die here as QO. Oh, and managed to get off the armlet toggle just in time. Crit managed to dodge the tornado, though. Somehow OG keeping all their heroes alive. QO gets popped, and Bebby underneath the tier 1 tower. Doesn't matter. OG will take it all. For so long, OG still maintaining a very disciplined front here, as Miracle's going to be one to scout this out. The smoke does pop, he immediately blinks himself away, and OG start responding in time, but QO still managed to find a jump on a Moon. Is it going to be enough, though? They try and blow him up. The Sunray over the top is keeping Moon alive, and now the Lion instantly dies to Miracle, and he's going to look for more with this double damage. QO doesn't stand a chance. The rest of MVP Phoenix being cleared out by No Tail, as he makes sure there's no push forward by them for Rev. If he wants to be able to survive through this, may even have to blow the Ravage, but he knows it's not going to be worth it.
High ground to scout him out, but Miracle did too much damage in that fight. Dezo now complete.
Yeah, fly with the preemptive Sunray as well, keeping Moon Meander alive.
And Crit's positioning has been really good. He's always just sitting really far back in the trees, hard to find an MP.
Free kill there, Chronosphere with a Sunray. Evoker burns. On the offensive. MVP Phoenix trying to do some Ancients of their own. OG have plenty of initiation though, thanks to Moon. They're going to be able to make the jump, manage to get the Stormbolt. Baby's going to be first. Now they've got the Chronosphere onto 2, the Sunray over the top. Miracle with the double. And MVP Phoenix still struggling to find a single kill in this.
Talking about Waylay, I don't know if MVP can even survive until then.
Yeah, you're talking about 35 minutes plus, when I'm not even sure if MVP Phoenix are going to be able to stop this one push uphill from OG. Scott Strength come forward instantly, hex up, nice play by Febby. Tornado EMP, BKB is going to be used by No Tail. Now they turn towards Forev, trying to force out that Ravage. Well, the BKBs are still up, he doesn't even use it. Instead, he holds on to it as he's going to buy back and try and go round 2. OG can just try and back away if they want to, but they're going to stay and fight with No Tail holding the line there. Managed to get a Stormbolt and a 3-man Chronosphere from Moon. Their Ravage is going to be able to zone back some of the heroes, but they still have the follow from Crit. Long range counter initiation is managed to hit the ultimate just on time. Mass buybacks now for an MVP Phoenix, as they have yet to pick up a single kill. They just don't look to it all. Crit, he might even die, but the Gold Scepter goes down. QO can't even get him as OG swarm into him. Crit hiding in the trees. MP wants it bad. He's going to look for it with the EMP. Still not enough, and the GG goes down. A flawless game from OG as they move on in game 2. What a powerful performance.
It's been a long time since I've witnessed a shutout in high-level pro Dota.
Unbelievable. MVP Phoenix were moving into this series looking so good, having beat Liquid to